Dearly beloved, we have come together in the presence of God to witness and bless the joining together of this man and this woman in holy matrimony. I'd like to welcome you to this joyous occasion of Brian Matthew Snap and Dylan Gary Bradley become husband and wife. Brian and Dylan, it takes 15 minutes to legally be married, but a lifetime to truly be married. Therefore, your relationship must be one of giving, accepting, encouraging, forgiving, and a great word called commitment. I have some letters that were written by Dylan and Brian that I'm going to read. So, Dylan says, in early 2020, on one of our many lockdown walks, I remember describing to my friend Courtney the kind of man I'd like to marry, although I was convinced he really didn't exist. I would go on at length about how we would go on walks, we'll get coffee, go to the farmer's market on weekends, hike the hills, and travel the world. He'll be handsome, loyal, supportive, with a great sense of humor, close with his family, and a little weird like me. The list went on, setting the bar impossibly high. Little did I know at the time I was actually describing you. Brian says, it's true that the best things in life come when you are least expecting them. Before we met, I didn't realize how I was completely unable to grasp the concept of a life partner or the depth of a relationship and how amazing that would feel once I met you. On our second date, we had dinner at my parents' house. Seeing you interact with my family, I knew this was something different and you were extremely special. Once I knew you were the person I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, it allowed me to become closer to you, and I couldn't wait to ask you to be my wife.
So my very first time I met Dylan was on their second date, apparently. I didn't even know that until the wedding. But Brian brought her over and, introduced us, and then they went and did a hike or something. And then I went and laid out in my pool. And then Dylan, when they got back, Dylan comes out and she sat by the pool with me for like an hour. And we talked like I just met this girl, and she sat with me for an hour and we just talked, and she was just the easiest person in the world to talk to. So when they left, I really thought in my heart that this was the woman that God had brought into his life. And then the more I got to know her, I definitely felt that way. And then when we met Karen and Bill, I just feel like we're just so honored that Brian found a woman that loves him and also comes with a really good family, because we go on vacations together, just the four of us. How weird is that?
Don't fall.
Brian, will you have this woman to be your wife, to live together with her in the covenant of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and support her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful unto her as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Dylan, will you have this man to be your husband, to live together with him in the covenant of marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and support him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful unto him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Brian, repeat after me. I, Brian,
I, Brian,
take you, Dylan,
take you, Dylan,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer or for poor,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till God by death
till God by death
does separate us.
does separate us.
Dylan, repeat after me. I, Dylan,
I, Dylan,
take you, Brian,
take you, Brian,
to be my wedded husband,
to be my wedded husband,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for
for
poorer,
richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till God by death
till God by death
does separate us.
does separate us.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Snap.
when she was born, and I know you guys that have daughters, you know your whole life flashes before your eyes. It's like right up to this moment, it flashed before my eyes. And I literally remember when she was born thinking, one day I'm gonna have to walk her down the aisle, you know? And this is as far as my brain went, you know? But I'm not worried, man. He's a good man. And two of the things we used to say to her when she was young and going out the door, what I used to say was, remember, you hang around with them, you go
Down with them.
That's right. And what Mom used to say was, make good choices. Right? And that was like daily. Every day she walked out the door, we said those things. And fortunately, some of it stuck. At least the second part did. This guy right here, man, good choice. I'm so happy. If you guys all raise a glass, let's make a toast to Mr. and Mrs. Snap. All right. And let's have a good time tonight, all right? We love you all, and thanks for making the trip, you guys, all of you. Appreciate it.